no way that you could just run up on the block when you want to and just pull out a gun and just get to shooting rigorous shots. You know what I'm saying? Back then, it was hard as hell to get a gun. Yeah, even though this is all G area, they was into it. Yeah, store. You know what I'm saying?
So you couldn't come over on this side if you grew up a few blocks away?
No.
Wow.
Because they was into it, but it was regular GDs into it with insane
guys.
Yeah. We're gonna have at least 10 to 8 young guys who come directly from the streets as shooters, those who slide, and have completely turned their lives around and work with the others to bring them along with them.
Make an impact, right? Be an influence. I went the way that I went as a kid because of the impact that was made on me by negative influence.
Because we always say, I'm with my brother for right and wrong. No, you should be with your brother for righteousness. And when he wrong, correct him so he can stand with your brother still. So don't be scared to use your voice and to use your actions to save yourself and to save your homie and put a positive impact on him so we can move in a righteous way.
We ain't showing YNs, ain't no young niggas, we got young kings, you hear me?
Growing up in environments, we grow up in all Chicagoland areas, we were taught how to survive, not to live, right? But we always looked at it as a bad thing. Growing up in the trenches for real, it teaches you everything you need to know about life in a few seconds.
We always hear OGs and older ladies and older gentlemen talk about the youth think this, the youth think that, and we never give the youth an opportunity to express what they are.
Be that ear to the youth.
Absolutely.
Giving them somebody they can talk to, somebody they can vent to that's gonna trust them, and take their word for what it is and make them stand on it.
See, people think that it's worse now.
Yeah.
But in the 90s, it was the same thing. We just didn't have as much access to the internet.
Yeah, Hamilton Park, man, you know what's going on. We push unity, push peace, man. You know what's going on.
Shout out to the Chicago Park District, man. There's a lot of spaces that are available to do just about anything at no cost.
Because credit run the world. You can have $1 million in a 400 credit score, you can't get nothing. But you can have a 700 strong credit score with $500 in there, approve you for $1 million grant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
right. We live here on 72nd at Hamilton Park. We live in Englewood in the trenches, man. I love y'all. It's big unity. And let's keep moving, let's keep pushing, let's keep striving.
Look! This is the eye of the trenches.
Man, we at Hamilton Park, man. We got a great event today, man. Just showcasing all young success stories, right? We hear a lot of business about young people not being able to be successful, a lot of adversity against them. But here's a space, right, where we're gonna have at least 10 to 8 young guys who come directly from the streets as shooters, those who slide, and have completely turned their lives around and work with the others to bring them along with them. So look forward and look out for a great time today.
So let them know who you are. Give them the backstory, bro.
Man, my name Rob White, man. If you don't know about me, man, I ain't no big guy, but I just been doing violence prevention in the city of Chicago over the last 15, 17 years, I would say. And my biggest efforts now is to promote young people who are doing great things as opposed to give a contrast to the narrative that young black men and women are only destructive towards their own environments and their own communities. So
Absolutely.
we finna smash that, you feel me? We finna show great excellence, we finna show young excellence, and we ain't showing YNs, ain't no young niggas, we got young kings, you hear me? Yeah.
Young generals, you hear me?
Yes, sir. But that's just gonna, and then when right before y'all get ready to speak, I'll give you the subject matter, and then y'all just go whatever you put on y'all heart. We got 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'll be so back and forth,
You know what I'm saying? It was kind of hard for me, like 71st and Yale, they couldn't come over here, even though this is all G area, they was into it. Yeah, store. You know what I'm saying?
So you couldn't come over on this side if you grew up a few blocks away?
No.
Wow.
Because they was into it, but it was regular GDs into it with insane
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
So my cousins was GD and they was like, you can't go over there and play, but the people that I knew was over here and I wanted to come.
Dang, so that aspect will stop people from coming to the parks and everything too. Yeah. Absolutely.
Some more brothers coming too, so introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. How you feeling, brother? So what's the message you would have told to your younger self growing up over here, though?
What was the message I would give to my younger self?
Yeah, growing up over here, like in these areas.
I wouldn't listen to my big cousin. I would have just expanded.
Absolutely.
I wound up doing it anyway.
100%. So that took bravery and courage then.
Exactly, man. See, people think that it's worse now.
Yeah.
But in the 90s, it was the same thing. We just didn't have as much access to the internet.
100%. Yeah.
When I was coming up, you couldn't even wear Michael Jordans.
For real?
They was taking the Jordans off your feet. The starter jackets. They ain't doing that now. You know
For sure.
Different colors you couldn't wear. You can wear whatever you want to now.
Yeah.
Ain't no violations now. Ain't nobody really held accountable. Ain't no way that you could just run up on the block when you want to and just pull out a gun and just get to shooting rigorous shots. You know what I'm saying? Back then, it was hard as hell to get a gun. You had to go through the proper chain of command to get a gun to even go over there.
Yeah.
And before you can even go over there, they'll be like, that's what you want to do now. We're going to go take you over there with him and he going to come over here. If y'all can't talk it out, well, then y'all fight. It's just that simple. It wasn't no old hood getting into it.
Oh, that's all y'all did. Y'all produce y'all.
So you teach financial literacy now though, right? Yes, indeed. So what's something the younger generation should know before they're 18 about financial literacy?
Money management, the seriousness of credit, not to let their mama get light bills and stuff from their name.
No, for sure.
LLCs, trusts, things that you need to survive in today's society.
Absolutely.
That's what I think that they need to be educated on it, at least.
Absolutely. So you know, like when you was in school, what's a class you wish you had to make you stay in school? Because a lot of people leave school because they are uninterested.
Life skills coach that actually broke it down for us to really understand what was going on in the world instead of just pushing us through with the basics.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean by life skills is the things that go on in everyday life. Like if you don't pay your bills, you will be put out. You know what I'm saying? It takes a village to raise a community.
Nah, for sure.
This is what I was taught, but they didn't specify on like credit and really credit, because credit run the world. You can have $1 million in a 400 credit score, you can't get nothing. But you can have a 700 strong credit score with $500 in there approve you for $1 million grant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real game right there.
That's facts.
Facts. Appreciate you, family. Let them know where they can follow you at, anything if they want to get in touch.
Follow me at Bag Boy Forever. It's on Instagram and Bag Boy Johnson on Facebook.
You finna eat all them cookies, man?
I ain't eat no sweets, bro. I drink water, fruit, and vegetables. You hear me?
For sure.
At 55 years old, I can't afford shit.
Nah, I feel you. Dang, I ain't know you was up there like that. Let them know where we at, family.
Oh, we at Hamilton Park, man. You know what's going on. We push unity, push peace, man. You know what's going on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother.
I do, and he was like, well, man, we got a lot of space at the park. Shout out to the Chicago Park District, man. There's a lot of spaces that are available to do just about anything at no cost, and you will be able to create your own platforms and use it for something positive.
100%.
And so I said, well, man, let me find out if I can use this space. So he wasn't even at work the next day, and that was on a Sunday. So I came up here that Monday, and I brought along a brother with me, brother Allen, the co-founder of Disciple. He is outside, he's bringing in some amenities as well. And so I brought him and asked him would he like to be a part of it. And he didn't even know what I was talking about. He was just, I know bro has a good heart, and he definitely wants to bring peace in Chicago. So he was like, yeah, I'm in.
Yes,
so
sir.
we came here, and then all of this came from that.
Yes, sir. Absolutely,
Yeah,
brother.
all of this came from that, bro.
So what does Chicago, I know you busy, bro. I got one more question to you.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, what does Chicago mean to you, bro? Because we know you historical. You a real legend through here, man. So what does Chicago mean? Give Chicago a definition.
Love misunderstood. If I had to give Chicago a name, it would be extreme love misunderstood. And so here is an opportunity to try to unravel some of that misunderstanding. Here's an opportunity for the world to be able to see a showcase just like these brothers right here, but brothers behind the camera like yourself, who are pushing against the narrative that we're all destructive, that we're all violent, that we all can't be redeemed as it relates to living a prosperous life. And so we hear it from older people, We always hear OGs and older ladies and older gentlemen talk about the youth think this, the youth think that, and we never give the youth an opportunity to express what they are. And here's that opportunity.
Yes, sir. So how you run into Rob?
I actually met Rob through one of my childhood little shorties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was his man.
Yeah.
His name is Gene. His name is Benny Lee's son.
Absolutely. So how you run into Rob, family?
I met Rob where I work at the Youth Peace Center. That's a partner with Chicago Craigs. He came in as a supervisor for one of our teams as a victim advocacy. And what I do there is being the lead life coach for the youth department. So that's how me and Rob met doing our work together.
Absolutely. So what made you want to get into that field, though, you know?
Not having somebody to look up to when I was younger and really just wanting to be that ear to the youth.
Absolutely.
Giving them somebody they can talk to, somebody they can vent to that's going to trust them and, take their word for what it is and make them stand on and hold themselves accountable to be man.
Absolutely. You say be the ear to him, not the voice. A lot of people say be the voice. You say be the ear.
A lot of times we don't listen to them.
Yeah.
So a lot of things, they be crying out loud and some of them cry in silence. But if we got to put ourselves in a position to just hit them sometime and take what they got to say in accountability and then move forward. Sometimes we just pointing our finger at the youth and not listening to them.
Absolutely.
We got to start listening to them, that's all.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, family. What'd you say, brother?
Yeah. Off the park.
Yes, sir.
I can't even say too much about it, but it's really just a message to the youth. I really want to push this positive narrative because there's way more out here in these streets and in life than picking up a gun and going to do something violent. There's work and things that you can do to better your life, better everybody's life around you.
Absolutely.
Only if you really want it.
By having young people showcase their own thoughts, have young people showcase their own feelings, and showcase young people's own actions and what they're doing. And so this is an opportunity. I would like to say I've been doing this for 15 years, and I haven't been in a space where such a different array of different people from different areas of the city and different organizations of the city share a space for young people. Usually when we're in spaces like this, they all come from the same organization or the same area. And so with that being said, I'm a God-fearing person. And so before we even start, I would like to open up with prayer. I first want to open up with prayer out of respect because I do have Muslim brothers. My brother Golden Child and all my unity members, most of them are Muslim. My sister Val, who y'all can't see behind the camera, she's Muslim as well. So I want to show respect to all those belief systems. So I will open up with the Al-Fatiha, which is known as the Arabic opening prayer. And then I'll follow up with the Lord's Prayer, and then we'll jump right into it. That's okay? So I would like to ask everybody if you could please remove your hats, gentlemen, and face the east if that's possible. Like I old like I am now. And so it touched my heart, bro. Thank you so much. So next I got coming up is a brother named Adam Trenches now. I met this brother vicariously through social media. He's like at the forefront. He's not the only one, but he's one of the few brothers that's at the forefront of blogging and has a platform, and he uses it for nothing but positivity as it relates to bringing peace across the city of Chicago, straight to the youth. Straight to the youth in some spaces that a great deal of people who, if you want to make change, you got to get to the people who can change needs to come through. You can't be in town hall meetings talking to 80-year-old granny about putting the guns down and having complaint sessions. There has to be direct engagement and contact with those who are involved in the process. And so with that being said, I want to bring my brother Adam Trenches to us so he can share his experience.
Peace, family. Peace. How y'all doing today? Man, y'all gotta say better than that. How y'all doing today, man? Yes, indeed. Well, now I'm feeling nervous. Well, I should say excited. So before I even walked in today, I was on the phone with my pops, like, man, Pops, I'm scared, bro. I gotta speak today, right? He was like, well, why are you scared? All the stuff you survived, like, you scared to talk. So, not being scared, right? So like growing up in environments, we grow up in all Chicagoland areas, we were taught how to survive, not to live, right? But we always looked at it as a bad thing. Growing up in the trenches for real, it teaches you everything you need to know about life in a few seconds. So doing what I do is out of the trenches, right? I had to learn myself because I was doing all this work in the communities, but it was for the wrong reasons. I had the brothers on the counter with the guns. I had the brothers listening. And I was getting way more money than I ever touched now doing it. And I probably touched way more views than I touched now doing it. But the one thing I was missing was the love of people. And that love is priceless, right? But when I first started transitioning from doing the violence, this, that, and the third, I was like, dang, I'm broke. And that got messed with me because mentally, I always was good with the money, but my perspective was wrong. I'm in a transition, I'm changing. So once I started getting the love of the people, I realized money is nothing. Because if you got your people, you can never go down. So I just want y'all to always remember, have love first, come with love first. Don't worry about the money. Because the money is what tricks some of these shorties in the streets. The glamour, the bliss and glamour, the glorification of the streets. That tricked me into doing the things I was doing, promoting the wrong things. A lot of lives was lost because of that. But now, when I'm coming with love, a lot of lives are being saved because of that. And you can't put a price on that, because if you're able to change one life, you can change a million lives. Because one life can probably change your life. If you losing that one brother, probably change your life. If you losing that one sister, probably change your life. That one experience you had changed your life. For example, the brother who spoke before me, he was speaking on, this was like before we even spoke to the crowd. He was speaking on how like you lost that one homie, but we lost that one homie. Multiple families was affected. So you save yourself, fix yourself to save multiple people. So we got to focus on loving ourselves, changing perspective on ourselves first. So we can go out in the world and love everybody properly. Change the perspective on our neighborhoods. See the trenches in a different light. Because the trenches ain't where you at. The trenches is right there in your mind, what you see of it. So that's all I gotta say. So if we want this to work, we're gonna have to come with love. When it comes to love is God. You gotta know what God is. God is the thing that voice you're hearing right now. So listen to your higher self, not your lower self, love yourself, and peace and blessings. Like I said before, first and foremost, I'm your brother first, and I'm out of the trenches, y'all do it. I love y'all.
Who I got with me, man?
You know, this is Dre. We right here on 72nd and Norman. We're at Hamilton Park. We got it from my brother Rob White event. And man, I just want to say to everybody, make an impact, right? Be an influence. I went the way that I went as a kid because of the impact that was made on me by negative influences, right? So be a positive influence and make a positive impact on as many of these young men and women as you can. Our lives depend on it. And it's really as simple as that. Make an impact, be an influence.
Absolutely. I got one thing to say that. So,
it's recording?
Yeah, it's still recording.
All right.
To that impact word, stop being scared to make your impact, bro. So what I mean by being scared is change your perspective of what you're scared of. You ain't scared to go slide. So don't be scared to man up and go against your homies for righteousness. Because we always say, I'm with my brother for right and wrong. No, you should be with your brother for righteousness. And when he wrong, correct him so you can stand with your brother's spirit. So don't be scared to use your voice and to use your actions to save yourself and to save your homie and put a positive impact on him so we can move in a righteous way and continue to strive to be righteous. Because that's the thing, we talk about the environments, but we got to talk about the environment we put ourselves in, and we got to talk about the environments we got to take ourselves out of. So that's all I got to say. Peace and blessings, like I said, it's your brother. And we live here on 72nd and Hamilton Park. We live in Englewood in the trenches, man. I love y'all. It's big unity. And you know, let's keep moving, let's keep pushing, let's keep striving.
Big unity.
Yeah.
Look! This is the eye of the trenches.